Picture this. You've been standing in line for literally hours. You finally get to the front counter to apply for your passport, and boom! They tell you you're missing the one absolutely crucial document needed to prove you are who you say you are. It's incredibly frustrating, and honestly, it happens all the time. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the exact steps to navigate the Ontario birth certificate process online. I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid those annoying delays and get your essential documents sorted out smoothly.
So, have you ever found yourself scrambling because you suddenly needed a passport for a last-minute trip? Or maybe you're getting ready to apply for your very first Ontario driver's license, or even a social insurance number for a brand new job. You gather all your paperwork, and then it hits you. You don't have the master key to unlock any of these services. Without your birth certificate, you are, for sure, stuck at square one. It's absolutely crucial to understand that this document isn't just some piece of paper to be shoved in a drawer and forgotten about. It's the very foundation of your official identity. Having a valid Ontario birth certificate opens doors to so many life opportunities. We're talking Canadian passports, your SIN, your Ontario health card, school enrollment, and all sorts of government programs. It is quite literally impossible to ignore if you want to participate fully in everyday administrative life. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're covering the key to your identity, choosing the right certificate, steps and documents, fees and timelines, troubleshooting in privacy, and finally, a quick recap.
The key to your identity.
So, what exactly is this document in the eyes of the government? Well, a birth certificate is an official extract from the original birth registration. It serves as your permanent legal record and your absolute primary proof of identity in Ontario. But here's a massive detail that trips people up all the time. A birth must be officially registered with the province before a certificate can ever be issued. You can't just order a certificate if the registration never happened. Registration creates the record. The certificate just proves it. And remember, Ontario can only issue these for births that actually took place inside Ontario. Section 2. Choosing the right certificate. You might think a birth certificate is just a one-size-fits-all deal, right? Actually, scratch that. It's not. There are different types, and picking the wrong one is a huge reason applications get rejected. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between the two main options. On one hand, we have the standard short form. It's wallet-sized and perfect for basic adult ID if you're 16 or older. On the other hand is the parental information form. This version is slightly larger, includes your parents' details, and is absolutely vital for children under 16, especially if you're applying for child passports. Now, there's a third type you should know about, the certified copy. You really don't need this for everyday life. It's a full, legal-sized reproduction of the original registration with a raised seal. You'd only ever need this for super specific international or legal situations, like acting as an executor for a foreign estate or doing an international adoption. For most of us, the short form or the parental info form is exactly what we need.
Section 3. Steps and documents required.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually execute this application. Applying online is hands down the fastest and most recommended route. Here's the chronological path. First, visit the official Service Ontario website. Second, select your correct certificate type. Third, enter the applicant and parental details. Fourth, provide your guarantor information. And fifth, pay securely online. Sounds like a breeze, right? But you really need to be prepared before you start clicking.
Before you even sit down at your computer, make sure you gather this specific information. You're going to need the full legal name exactly as it was originally registered, the exact date of birth, and the specific Ontario city or town of birth. You also need the parents' names as registered, sex at birth, any previous legal names, and a current valid mailing address. Listen, missing data or just guessing how a parent's name was spelled will cause frustrating, completely avoidable delays. Don't guess.
So, the crucial point is the guarantor requirement. This is the exact spot where a lot of applications hit a brick wall. If the applicant is 9 years old or older, you must have a guarantor. This person has to be a Canadian citizen, they must have known you personally for at least 2 years, and, here's the kicker, they must work in a recognized profession. We're talking doctors, teachers, lawyers, police officers. A family member generally cannot do this for you, and the government will literally contact them to verify your identity.
Section 4. Fees, timelines, and delivery.
Let's talk money and time. How much is this going to cost, and when will it actually show up? A regular first-time certificate costs $25 and takes about 15 business days via Canada Post. If you're replacing a lost one, it's $35, same 15-day timeline.
But if you're in a total rush, there's a premium online service. For a $30 surcharge on top of the base fee, they'll process it in just 5 business days and courier it right to your door. Now, if you are an expectant or brand new parent, listen up, because this is a massive pro tip. Ontario has this amazing 5-in-1 newborn bundle. Instead of filling out 5 different forms separately, you do it all in one online session. You register the birth, order the certificate, get the baby's SIN, sign up for Canada Child Benefits, and even get RESB info. It literally turns a bureaucratic nightmare into a total walk in the park.
Section 5. Troubleshooting and Privacy.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the familiar Ontario Trillium logo. We live in an era of online scams, and you are entering incredibly sensitive data here. Your full name, mother's maiden name, credit card info. You must absolutely ensure you are on the official Service Ontario web portal. Please do not fall for third-party websites that charge you crazy extra fees just to submit the exact same public form for you. Look for the official ontario.ca domain to protect your privacy.
Let's go over some quick troubleshooting to help you avoid common pitfalls. First, double-check all the spelling. If your mom's name is registered with a C and you type a K, the system is going to bounce it back. Second, make sure your guarantor is actually reachable. If they go on a month-long vacation the day you apply, your application is basically stalled. And finally, this is super important, if you order a replacement certificate, your old one is immediately voided for security reasons. So if you find the old one in a drawer a week later, no way, you can't use it anymore.
Section 6. Recap and important disclaimer.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a really solid action plan for you. 1. Choose between the short form and parental info. 2. Gather your exact birth details before you go online. 3. Secure a qualified professional to act as your guarantor. 4. Apply securely directly via Service Ontario. And 5. Pick your delivery speed and track it. It's a very systematic process once you know the steps.
Just a quick important disclaimer before we finish up. This explainer is strictly for educational purposes, based on current government data. You know how it is. Fees, processing times, and policies can always change. For specific questions or unique legal situations, always consult the official Service Ontario website or a professional legal counsel.
Navigating bureaucracy isn't exactly a party, but knowing these steps makes it totally manageable. By following this guide, you can dodge the common traps, breeze through the online forms, and secure your documents without the headache. So, I leave you with this final thought. Now that you know how to get the master key to your identity, what opportunity will you unlock first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.